examples of when, it's fabulous. I mean, the least you can do is navigate over there and say, okay, am I any of these? And now I know, like, if I should call or not.
For sure. And the one thing that we've seen, because you nailed it, the new generations are, okay, we're rewriting the books on what a prenup is, who needs them, and why everybody, yes, spoiler alert, everybody should get one. And it's purely that. So women are starting to make more than men. Women are investing and having more assets before they get married. Women are actually paying out more alimony than men sometimes. So there's this big shift in why a prenup existed and what it's actually meant to do today. And speaking on behalf of Julia, our CEO, in her experience as an attorney, she's seen a lot of women paying out half of their assets to the men who may not have worked, who may not have, had the opportunity to contribute, whatever it is, but the dynamic has shifted. So prenups really aren't taboo anymore. They're really a place, like you said, to start off the relationship on the right foot. Start talking about the hairy and scary things of marriage and one of the biggest reasons why people divorce, which is finances. And I think couples, and we've seen it, it's where couples who talk about these early and often and make it a part of their daily diet have a better outcome in marriage in general because they know where they stand. There's nothing to tiptoe around. There's nothing to feel awkward about. And even if especially because a marriage goes through ebbs and flows, right? Like, let's talk about it. And so is your wallet. It's going to go through ebbs and flows. So if you guys can ride the storms together and know how to navigate when it gets really tough, you don't want to be reading the map when the water's coming into the boat and you're in the middle of the storm. You want to know where to go when you can't find the map just because you've had the conversation, right? So we completely agree. We think prenups are, especially for women, when we're talking about it for women, if you have more assets or your partner has debt or whatever, protect yourself early and often. And the other thing that we see is, like you said, maybe you're going into the marriage and you don't have anything yet. Both of you, there's nothing there. But what if one of you starts a business in 10 years from now? Now you have a lot to think about. Does how the company appreciates, is that community property or separate property? Those are all things that can be discussed in a prenup, and it's an agreement. So it's two things that you both agree on. It's not a one-sided venture. Anyway, this is not my episode, so I'll wrap it up here. But to your point, yes. It's so important to talk about it.
It is. And I love that the part where you said, like, you have the roadmap. I think that it gives you peace of mind to move forward with like a clean slate. It's all out there. You don't have to worry what's being held over you. What's the unspoken expectation that you may have created out of thin air, right? Like we do that sometimes. And so it's all known. It's a known quantity. You can stay or you go, you know how it's going to end.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. And that's a good point. If women quit their jobs while they're married, right? And now that you're living on one income, and let's say, God forbid, it doesn't work out, and you stayed home for 10 years with the kids and you don't have an updated resume, you don't have anything to fall back on, you don't have your own credit or whatever it is, you may not qualify for a loan to buy a house. You may not qualify to get an apartment to raise your kids in while, you two are splitting up and going through the emotional part of divorce. Having a prenup gives you options. It's like you said, it's that peace of mind that no matter what happens, ain't nobody talking about what happened, but in case something happens, you have options. That's exactly right.
Absolutely.
So talking about something that's a little bit more lighthearted, besides the fact that marriages don't always go well.
Right.
You are married. You said you've been married for a while. What's the best? What's the best marriage advice you've ever received?
It was not given to me directly. It was my father-in-law to my husband before we got married. He said, make sure that you love her for who she is. She is not going to change. And anything that there is that you maybe don't love is something you will need to accept.
Amen.
And so my husband told me that, and I was like, I do love you immensely, and I don't want to change you. And the things that I'm, learning about the way we manage the kitchen, I will learn to adjust. And in fairness to him, it's me who had to adjust. I turned out to be the messier one. And so he taught me. So apparently we can change, but it was willful. He didn't expect me to change. he made some suggestions and I was open to it. Yes. But I thought like, there's so many times that we hear, I haven't myself experienced it. Like I haven't heard this directly, but we hear people are like, oh, well, once we get married, they'll act like this, or they're going to do this, or I'm going to get them to do this. Well, no, you got to accept them the way they came.
And speaking as another married woman, not much changed, except
Right?
now I have this fancier title and I call him my husband instead of fiance, which I'm cool with because fiance was a little too heavy for me. I was like a fiance, right?
It's so like pretentious.
It's super pretentious. I'm like, I don't know if I can carry that word much longer. Let's courthouse it real quick. But to your point, yes, people stay the same. And it's funny because I heard similar wedding or marriage advice, and it was men get married hoping she will never change. Women get married hoping he will change.
Yes.
And to your point, 100%, people are who they are at every age. Yes, we can willfully change. There's things that we can work on, but it's got to be a group effort. So thank you so much for that, because it was absolutely needed.
Yeah.
And what's the greatest takeaway from your career so far?
The helping of people. It's remarkable. Like, women are amazing. And this firm brings with it the most fantastic folk who are firing on every cylinder. And sometimes they need a little tweak, and you get them that tweak and they're off to the races. And it's remarkable to see that, like, just this little adjustment is going to make a huge ripple effect for them. And I love it. Like, I love that we are able to help women at all, like, parts of their life. It isn't only for the rich. Right. So it's a wonderful way, a wonderful place to be in this world, is to be able to help folks where they are now, instead of like, when you're rich, come see me.
Yes, absolutely. And if people want to get started with Ellevest, where can they begin?
Yeah, good question. we actually started an all about Ellevest workshop because of the fact that we have so much. It is so vast, all the different things. So we are a robo-advisor, and we have workshops, and then we have career coaching, which is because money and career, they're like best friends. They hang out.
Totally.
So we have that as well. And then we have free workshops, we have paid workshops, but then we have coaching sessions. So there's so many ways, and it can be overwhelming. And so we have an all about Ellevest workshop, which is a great place to learn about all the things that we do. But then membership, if you're like, let me just give them a try. Let me see what I can get. It's $1 a month for our essentials membership. For $1 a month, yeah, you can get some of the most fantastic resources. We have tons of stuff. If you need it, more than likely we've got it. And so $1 a month will let you see, like, yeah, they do. They've got all the workbooks I could ever want.
And I'm speaking from experience, y'all. It's true. I have the $5 a month one. And it's limitless. It's completely limitless. And there's something for every single budget, no matter where you are. You can start investing with $1, people. Yep. Take it. Yes. Yeah. Put down your pumpkin spice latte. Okay. And go make an appointment with Ellevest, because it's going to be worth it, y'all. I've seen amazing returns, and especially just upping my game on what do I know about money.
Yes.
Right? Because it's never a topic that's going to go out of style, and it's a tool you'll always need to know. So Ellevest is absolutely it. Well, thank you, Krista, so much. I had so much fun talking with you today. I could talk to you forever. But if anybody,
this was great.
Thank you. If anybody wants to get in touch with you directly, what's the best way to do that?
Actually, we have a money help. It's moneyhelp@ellevest.com, which is manned all the time, womaned all the time. It's personed all the time. I mean, right now we're an all women team, but we may change. So that's actually the best way, because that way, you know that whatever it is that you need from a money perspective, we're there. Someone will get it, and it'll either come to me if you need me, or it will go to our other, depending on what it is, it may be better suited at a different team. So we'll route it to the correct place.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time today. Hit up Krista, y'all. Hit up Ellevest. It is absolutely going to change your life. And thank you so much for listening today. Until the next episode, we'll see you later. Bye.